Hello, and welcome to Herdy Audio. Back in February of this year, 2021, esteemed Herdy co-founder Spencer Hanna enjoyed a socially distanced chat with the Hodgson family in Glencoyne, Ullswater. We would like to share this fascinating conversation with you. The Hodgsons are a Herdwick farming family living and working in Glencoyne Farm. It's one of the National Trust's largest hill farms in the Lake District, spanning over 1,000 hectares. The Hodgsons are part of a co-operative of Ullswater-based fell farms. They provide the raw Herdwick fleece that's used in our Herdysleep mattress. In this episode, they talked about all things Herdwick sheep and coming to work on Glencoyne Farm all the way back in 1996. It's at this point that we would normally ask you to like and subscribe, but you can't. Don't worry about it. Just sit back and relax with a good brew, preferably in a Herdy mug.
In 1996, we came to Glencoyne Farm, and I happened to go to Kendal Auction Mart just to see the old sale that we used to go to, and we were all swales. And Troutbeck Park, who I always had a soft spot for, was selling his draft Herdwicks, and they were making very little. So I bought 50, just not on a whim, but bought 50, and then after that we put them on Galborough, and the rest's history. We have over 500 of them now, and it's just that they suit the ground where we are.
Well, we chose them because we knew Galborough had a lot of ticks. It's a brackeny fell,
Right.
and the Herdwicks are really good at withstanding ticks. Well, they're good at withstanding bad weather and poor ground.
everything.
And,
That's
yeah,
what-
they'll survive whatever.
That's what I like about Herdwicks, is their constitution is really healthy.
Yeah.
They have a really strong constitution. So they can bounce anything off them.
So then we had those 50, and then we've just kept the females, and the flock's grown, and they now go over the whole farm.
Yeah.
They have very low inputs, so they generally don't get any food, except this year we've got rather a lot of twins, and they are getting some cake, which Herdwick shouldn't really need. But they're
Explain cake. It's not with ice. It's not with candles and
Black
icing, is
Forest.
it?
protein animal feed.
Yeah. So why do you have to feed them that then if they're
Well-
quite self-sufficient normally?
Well, it's just if they're carrying twins, and it's in a period of time over the years we've been in environment schemes on this farm, and we've enhanced the schemes and gone more extreme in the schemes. So when we first arrived, we already took a slight reduction in stock to adhere to a conservation scheme.
So that's a reduction in head count too.
Yeah, and then we wintered off the main fell behind us, and we weren't paid for that. But after 2 years, the conservationists came back and said that fell is in really good heart. We'll give you more money to maintain it at that level because it's doing so well.
Good hearts are like a sort of a.
The indicators of success
Health.
were there.
It's in
at
good
present,
shape.
Yeah, there's
How do they measure that then? Do they?
Well, up on the
Certain plants.
up on the Helvellyn Massif, it's a triple SI, so Natural England will have monitored it, and there's also Glencoyne Wood, which is a SAC, site of special area of conservation.
That's it.
That sounds about good.
That's maybe a European one.
Designation. It is.
And so there are people monitoring these schemes, and obviously because the schemes run 10 years and then they rewrite them and change move the goalposts according to what they want to achieve. And so as we farmed here, you come onto a farm and you kind of take a while to get to know it. You've got to learn where the sheep go to lamb. You've got to learn the places where they go and get stuck and get attacked by flies and try and keep them out of there. You've got to learn where the actual heft on the fell is to where the sheep actually go and spend their summer and where you'll find them again. Also, the farm has grazing rights on a common, so you have to gather the commons with the other common graziers, and that's...
Does that require a bit of a chat between you all?
Yeah.
How does that go normally?
Going back to the sheep and cake.
Sheep and cake.
We give the twins them because the nutritional needs of a yow with twins is phenomenal. So you have to feed them that, because I've been a hill farmer all my life, and there's nothing worse than the sheep that has no milk and it walks away from its lambs because it's so poor. So you have to keep them fit. and healthy. So that's why we give them K.
With these schemes also, what's happened is you have a lower stocking rate, so the sheep tend to be fitter.
Bigger.
So that's why I think historically you wouldn't expect a lot of twins off Herdwicks. Because we've reduced the stocking rate, there's less competition on the fell, so the sheep are fitter, so they tend to have more twins. It's a bit of a catch-22. All the people who have environment schemes, that's been a problem with the fell sheep, is if they take them off the fell, they become fitter and they have more twins, then they can't go back on the fell.
Ah, right.
So
there's
ideally
a kind
with
of
a
a
Herdwick,
natural balance.
yeah, with a Herdwick, you really want them just to have one good lamb and go up the fell and spend the summer up there. And so the twins, I mean, our twins do tend to go, well, yeah, they go, we'll have to send some out.
We'll have to go to the fell this year.
Because there's too many of them. We've always tried to keep all our livestock on this farm, not send them off. We send the young females off for wintering like everybody, but we don't send any ewes away any other time of the year. Lots of other farms send them away for summer and winter and summer, and it gets very expensive. And we've always focused on the low input, as high input as possible with the low input.